Good afternoon, students. This is a continuation of chapter 11, statistics. We'll be doing the next part. Now, in previous classes, you have studied simple bar graph and joint bar graph. Now, we will go one step ahead and learn how to draw a subdivided bar graph diagram. Now, here in subdivided bar graph diagram, as a joint bar graph, we can compare the information in the data by a subdivided bar graph also. Here information of two or more constituent is shown by the part of a single bar. Here in this subdivided bar graph, we can compare two constituents, and we can draw a single bar. In that single bar we can draw two informations. Suppose for example, here they had given 3 towns, and in these 3 towns they had given two constituents like male laborers and female laborers. The first step what you have to do is you have to find out the total laborers. So we will first draw this column and we will find out the total. Second step is you have to draw x axis on this graph paper and y axis. This you will mark as x and this is as a y axis. Now here you will write the name of a town. Now in this chart we have given name of the towns and we have given two information of two things like male laborers and female laborers. So using this two we have to draw a graph. Now this graph, when you draw, you have to draw this bar graph or bar diagram having this distance between the three same. Now you can't draw one here and one on this and one here very small here. So it has to be equal distance. The distance between this bar should be same. Between these two bars it should be same, and between these two bars the space should be same. Here we are showing the towns, that is Ithalapur, Dhanodi and Karmabad, and here on this side we are showing laborers. Now we have to write the scale on y axis. Now on y axis what information we are writing? We are writing it about the laborers. Okay, so here 1 centimeter, how much you are taking on 1 centimeter, that you have to mention here. Now this bar, if you see, they had divided into male and female. So this is what we are going to study in one bar diagram. We are going to subdivide this into two constituents. We are going to subdivide this into two parts, male and female. Okay, here the total number of laborers in the town in Ithalapur is 300. Show it by a single bar. Now here first what are we doing? We are going to add all this. We are going to find the total laborers. So here it is 300, 120 and 160. So first this total bar should be of 300. Okay, in this 300 we will divide male and female. So the whole Ithalpur, how many total laborers are there? There are 300 laborers. So we have to mark this. Now students, marking this numbers is little difficult. You have to understand, in this chart if you see, the minimum is given 40 and maximum is 300. So your divisions on this graph will be from 40 to 300. Now you can make, if you mark this 1 centimeter as 20, this 300 will not fit here. So suppose I mark 20, so 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 100, suppose 200 here, but then I don't have place for 300. So I have to see whether I have to mark it with 30. But if I mark with 30, it will be very difficult for me to mark other things, because my all numbers are mostly coming in the table of 4, that is 40. So it is better to take 40 on this scale. If I take 50, again it will be little difficult to mark. So the easiest thing I can mark is 40. So I am taking 1 centimeter as 40 laborers. So 1 centimeter is 40. So I have to mark 300. So that means there are 10 divisions on this small square. So now here if you see, this is 280. So this will be 20. Okay, so that is the 5 units will be 20. So my 300 will be here. So I'll be marking this as 300. My 300 will be here. The next is 120. So I already have 120 here. So I'll mark this bar as 120 here, and then I will draw a bar here. Karmabad is having total of 160. Now let me see where is 160. 160 is here. So I'll be marking it like this here, and with 1 centimeter I'll be drawing a bar on this graph. Now from the table, if I see, I have male laborers as 180, 80 and 100. So in 3 towns, I have 180. So I'll be marking 180. Now 60, 180 will be 20 more units. So 20 units is here. Now from 160 to 200, it is 40 divisions, right? So half of this and half centimeter of this is, this whole thing is 40. So half of this is 20. So this will be my 180. So my 180 I will mark, and this is, I am marking as male. In second Dhanodi, I am having 80 laborers as male. So I will mark, see, 80 on y axis, that I will extend here, and I will find out a part on this bar where the 80 coincides. Now this is a male part. Okay, the male laborers here I will mark. Now in Karmabad, there are 100 male laborers. So I will find out where is my 100. So here if you see, it is 80, here it is 100. So I will mark this as 100. This line I will take it like this, and I will mark it here. So this is my male part. So whatever is remaining is the female laborers. So whatever remaining part on the bar will represent the female laborers. Or you can use any other color to mark. But whatever marking you are doing with, like suppose if you are using blue color here, you have to mention this blue color as a male. Now this is without color, so here they have mentioned it as female. So this way you will be drawing a graph. Now practice set 11.2. State the type of graph. Now which type of this graph is of which type? Now just now we had studied it is a subdivided bar graph. Second question they are asking, how many is the saving of Vaishali in the month of April? So students, Vaishali, first you have to go to Vaishali. You have to find in the month of April how much the saving. So these, from this bar, from this two things, this is saving in the April, and this without color is a saving in the March. So this we have to see the color part, because they have asked in the April. So this color part means April. So how much in the April you have to go and find out here. So it is 600. Okay, this way you will solve all these questions. Now I will solve question number 2. In question number 2, they have said the number of boys and girls in standard 5th to standard 8th in ZP school is given in the following table. Draw a subdivided bar graph. Now here they have mentioned a subdivided bar graph. So you should know what is a subdivided bar graph. Subdivided bar graph, when they say, first step is you have to write the total. So the total number of students you have to write. So what you will do, you will take a notebook and you will draw this whole column, and in your one last column you will write total. You will add this 34 plus 17, 51, 26 plus 14, 40, 21 plus 14 is 35, 25 plus 20 is 45. Now here their two constituents given is boys and girls, and 4 standards are given. So I will show you on the graph paper. Now On my y axis I'll be putting the students, and on my x axis I'll be writing the standards. Now the two constituent years are, here is boys and girls. यहाँ पे दो चीज़ें क्या दी हुई है, boys and girls. So the bar diagram will have two constituent, that is one boys and one girls. Either you can draw this boys with any other color and girls with any other color. First, fifth standard. In fifth standard, how many boys are there in fifth standard? The total. First you have the second step. First step you have to add this. Okay. First step you will add this. Second step you have to draw x axis, y axis, and then on x axis and y axis you have to mark this. When you are marking, you should remember that this space between these two bars should be same. Now if you are keeping this much gap, like this 2 centimeter gap, keep for everyone 2 centimeter gap. If you are keeping 1 centimeter gap, keep 1 centimeter for all the bar diagram. Okay, don't keep 1 and then somewhere in 2 or 1.5. You have to keep consecutive number of gaps between this bars. Then you will draw x axis, you will draw y axis. Now on x axis, whatever is given in the table you will write. On y axis you will be writing the standards like boys and girls. So total number of students you will be writing on y axis, and standards you will be writing on x axis. Now total number of boys and girls in 5th standard are 51. So if you see here in my diagram, in this chart, we are having the lowest as 14 and the highest as, here if you see 14 and the highest is 51. Okay, so from somewhere from 10 to 70, 80 you can, from here 10 to 70, 80 you can draw. No need of drawing 100, you can draw 70 or 80 units here. So first 5th standard is having 51. So my 1 centimeter here, 1 centimeter is having 10 units. It is divided into 10 parts. So my this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this will be 5. So this is 10, this is 15, 20. Now if you start writing everywhere, it becomes too shabby work to write. So you write it after 1 centimeter, any division, it becomes neat and you can understand and read the data. Now first one is, the total is 51. 5th standard, the total number of boys and girls are 51. So here if I get 50, so one division up, 1 unit here up, I get 51. So I'll mark it like this and I'll draw it as a block here, as a bar, and this I'll mark as a 51 for 5th standard. Now for 6th standard my total is 40. So 40 is here. I will take a scale, I will hold the scale like this, I'll hold the scale like this on 40 exactly, and I will draw a line here. Okay, and then I'll make a bar here. Now on this bar I have done 40. Now 7th standard I am having total 35. So I'll take a scale here. This is my 30, this is my 35. So I'll draw a line here on 35 and I'll draw a block for 7th standard. Similarly here 45, I'll mark 45 here and I'll draw a line here and I'll make a block. Now this bar diagram is half ready. Now I have to draw two different constituents in single bar. Now what are the two different constituents here? We are having boys and girls. You have to find out the boys and girls in this same bar unit. In 5th standard I am having 34 boys. So I am using this shading part as a marking for boys. So 34 means this is 30, 31, 32, 33 and this is 34. Because this dark line is, I have made it as a 35. So one below this small division is 34. So I'll mark this as 34 and I will shade this portion. So this remaining will be female part and this will be for male. Okay, so this is, you are already mentioned this in your. So on y axis you are having 1 centimeter is equal to 10 students. So one small unit is 1 student. Similarly for 6th standard there are 26 boys. So I'll find out where my 26 come. So from here if I see this is 20, 25 and 1 unit here will be 26. So sorry, here is 25 and here will be 26. So I'll take out my this and I'll mark it as 26. For here 7th standard it is 21 boys. So this is 20, here 21. I will take it like this using a scale. Wherever you find it is there, this is now 20, this is 20 and this is 21. So I'll mark a scale, I'll draw a line here. Similarly I'll do it for here. This boys are 25. So wherever is my 25, I will take it like this and I will mark it here. And this way I will draw the bar diagram and divide this bar diagram into 2 parts. Now students, this third one will be for a homework. In this you will be adding all this. The first step is you will add this total, okay, and on your chart, on your graph paper, you will write Karjat, Vadgaon, Shivapur and Khandala on x axis and this two on this total on y axis. You can write yours, you can write trees on the y axis and the villages on the or the towns on the x axis. Okay, and you can draw this graph on your own. This will be your homework. Thank you students.